I was excited because of my chair. Okay, I was excited to be back in my chair. Episode 11. 11. This is the one that I was hoping would be after the Masters one, but I already did it to episode 10. Now we got the Masters. It lands where it lands. I don't know. But it's good to be back. Took another week off. It still feels weird. It still feels like I did a no call, no show, right? Because I feel like I still need to be clocked in, still need to be in. But we're here. I have been so excited to get this week started because of the Masters. I had some friends over. The girls were watching golf, and my wife kind of knows about it a little bit. She understands what the major is. But then I had some friends that had no idea. They were locked in. I absolutely love it, man. But we just got to get right to it. The master, well, masters, but the master, Rory fucking McIlroy. Are you nuts? Are you crazy? He had the lead the whole time. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Started choking. Had a couple bogeys here and there. A lot of people were complaining because Rory got to practice Augusta 2-3 weeks before the Masters, and he kind of sounded snotty about some things, saying he didn't even like the tournaments that had led up to the Masters, so it was just his prep. A lot of people were saying that was unfair and saying that it was, yeah, unfair to other players, but I looked into it, and if you're a past champion, you can play there. The rules are rules. I mean, what would you do? I'd have done the same thing. If I'm trying to go win it again after what happened last year, the career Grand Slam took him that long, and you're this close to back, I'd fucking do it too. So he wins. That's it. It was an incredible leaderboard. Scotty Scheffler was right there. Cameron Young was right there. Justin Rose almost had it. Scotty Scheffler missed a putt like this to go into a playoff, or at least hope for a playoff, and he couldn't do it. And Rory, man. Rory now, I think, 40 something plus wins on the PGA Tour, 6 majors, um, the career Grand Slam, back to back green jackets, super fire. That's it. That's all I'm saying. You can't talk about anything else. There was one live golfer, Patrick Reed, that was in the top 20, maybe, top 15. Caca. Everything else was amazing. A lot of people hate this. A lot of people love this. I absolutely love Rory. So yeah, it was incredible, man. What a fucking weekend. It was tight. I watched a little bit at work, and then I finished off Saturday, Sunday at home. It was awesome. So Rory McIlroy breaking records all day long. His parents are there. Um, yeah, this whole thing technically is about Rory. Okay, it's about Rory. I even ended up watching the documentary about it. It's called um, The Masters Wait, and I purposely watched that before the Masters just in case something crazy happened. And that documentary was super fire. I loved that. He was explaining on how last year's Masters, when he was in the last grouping with Bryson DeChambeau, there was like a discrepancy on one hole on who was going to go first, and Bryson told him to flip a coin for it, and he's like, dude, like, this is the last round in the Masters, like, no, it's, we'll figure it out. Rory goes in. It was really cool talking about his parents, about how they've always been supportive of him pushing golf and all that. That was really, really cool. But yeah, just a little bit about Rory's life that led up to the Masters and what the Masters meant to him and getting that Grand Slam. And yeah, just literally finding the way to get to that green jacket. So go watch that one. That is a really good documentary if you want to learn a little bit about Rory. It's not his life, it's not from when he was born to when he was raised. No, it's just what it took to win the Masters. Pretty much a little documentary about him last year at the Masters. Probably make another one because he just won this Masters. So that was super cool. I kind of planned it like that to kind of watch that documentary lead up to the Masters, and it did, and he won. So that was awesome. Badass for Rory. But that's it on golf, really. I mean, it's the Masters. If you don't know what the Masters is, now you know. And then they found out that Rory won. So if you didn't know who Rory was, now you know Rory. So I have no idea. But to end with the Masters talk, because I mean I feel like I could talk about it for 4 hours. There was a lot of hate online, shit ton of hate on the Masters because Kevin Hart was there, Jason Kelsey was there, just a bunch of celebrities that are supposedly making the Masters worse, and I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree. I absolutely hate it. I have been entering to go to the Masters. I've been entering the lottery for 10 years. I never get chosen. I don't ever see myself getting chosen. Then you see all these streamers, all these celebrities, everybody just making, I don't know, man. It takes away from the classiness and like the Masters effect, right? Like it's just class all around. It's like the Super Bowl of golf. And you have Bryson DeChambeau bringing out Kevin Hart. Like I'm on that side. I'm on the cringy side. I don't even like Bryson like that. I don't like the Kevin Hart and stuff like that. But some people are loving it, and I started thinking to myself, the only way I'm gonna ever make it to the Masters is I have to be a celebrity. Okay, that's it. Or I have to be some guy that doesn't know shit about golf, doesn't even play golf or nothing, but you're popular, and it's the Masters weekend, and you end up there. So that's how I feel about it a little bit. I don't know. I agree. I'm on the hater side. Okay, call me a hater. It's not hating if it's a fact. Remember, I never want you to remember that. Or I never want you to forget that. But yeah, man, I don't like it. Okay, so I'm gonna be on that Twitter side of hate. It's not real hate, just I am on that side. Okay, I hate to say it, but go watch the Rory documentary. And now you know for the Masters for next year, I think I got some of my friends into it, so we shall see. Hey, my wife's been buying these Suja Immunity. I'm not sick, but I think it's keeping me from being sick. Suja Organic, Ginger Orange, okay? Vitamin A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all of them. All of them. It's pretty fire. Yeah, it does have ginger because it kind of burns a little bit. And wash it down with the Spindrift. It's been a long time. My wife keeps buying the same flavors. It's kind of getting boring. But still fire. Hey, it's Masters. We're talking golf. We're talking movies. We're talking a bunch of random stuff. But then me and my buddy always end up talking about Puka Nacua. It's been weeks, but I don't give up. Okay? I have to call it out. I roasted my buddy. This is like roast, but then it's still like prayers sent out. You know, it's like roast prayers. Okay? So we're gonna start off with the roast. Puka Nacua, after the incident with the when he bit that chick and he was all drunk, ended up taking going to rehab for personal growth. Personal growth. I told my buddy that it was going to be sad and it was going to ruin his career because of who he hangs out with. Okay? And my buddy's like, "No, but he's human. He should be able to do what he wants." What do you mean? Like he can't live his life? Perfect. Live your life the way you want it. Then, when you live your life the way you want it, you end up going to rehab for personal growth. There it is. And my buddy's going to hate me. Hate me. Hey, but prayers, okay? Prayers. I hope Puka finds what he's looking for, gets back to where he wants to be, and maybe breaks records on top of records with the Los Angeles Rams. But right now, I don't know. So, roast prayers to Puka Nacua, okay? I really do wish him the best, okay? It's still go pack go all day long, but I just got to get in there and remind my buddy that I don't know everything, but sometimes I am correct. Sometimes. Fucking Puka, man. Puka. Hey, remember, I'm the internet, so you can't believe everything I'm saying, even if I make it sound pretty good, okay? But I started doing my research, and Cardi B um, was online crying, and it's spiraling, saying that the reason Cardi B and Stefon Diggs broke up, now we know, is, excuse me, the baby ended up being Offset's. It's Offset's baby and not Stefon Diggs' baby. Then he was crying. He's in shambles. Listen, I've had conversations, and I just had a conversation this past weekend with my buddies, having a couple beers. The wife's right there. My homie's wife's right there. And we're talking, and I'm defending the women. Okay? I'm defending them. Okay? But I was just saying, oh man, guys really are, POS, guys this, I'm defending them. But then you start talking about this, and this is crazy. This is literally crazy, right? I mean, you have Cardi B literally talking all the stuff of Offset. Then she gets with Stefon. Then she gets pregnant. Then Stefon has his little thing going on with that little case, that DV case. Then he has a Super Bowl. Then he loses the Super Bowl. Then he breaks up with Cardi. And then he's all sad, expecting a baby. And then boom, the baby's Offsets. Rich people, man, they're just like the poor people. They're just as crazy as us. They're just as toxic. It's wild. Wild story to hear. I'd be in shambles. I'd be crying. Probably won't date for the next 15 years if some shit like that happened to me, okay? So that's nuts. That's it. Short and simple. Cardi B's baby ends up being Offset's. Could I be wrong? Maybe. The internet's the internet. But based off of Twitter, Elon Musk calls it the greatest website of all time. That's where I got my information. And my boy, he sent it to me. It is what it is, man. That's shambles. And she's in the middle of a tour, I think. I do not believe it's over. Yeah, super shambles. I'd be sad, okay? So don't do that. Don't do what Cardi B and Offset and what's his name? Stefon Diggs doing. Don't do it. You can't afford it. I promise you can't afford it. I can't afford it. Scary. Scary times. Hey, so I watched the documentary with Lamar Odom. And a couple weeks ago, my buddy told me to watch it because, and he doesn't even really, he's not really big on sports, but I was gonna watch it. And he tells me, he's like, bro, it's super sad. I hate watching depressing stuff, but it's like really, really sad. And I'm like, well, I like sad stuff, okay? I don't know. I like talking about feelings and stuff. So I go home, I watch it, and I had some thoughts, man. Is it sad? He had a sad upbringing, of course, but Lamar Odom was one of those guys. Then he goes to the Lakers and he's one of those guys and he wins chips. Then he gets addicted, right? That's your fast forwarding to drugs and he's trying to party. He's kind of going kind of this way. Then when I first found out Chloe and him were together, I thought, like everyone else, oh, here's another Kardashian and here's this and that. But in the documentary, I couldn't help to think that, was it like a production of the Kardashians and Chloe was just like saying her part of what happened? And then at the very end, she kind of just blew him off, and because he ended up doing crack again after she stayed in the hospital with him when he was in a coma for like 3, 4, 5 months, I forget. And then he gets out, and then she catches him doing crack, and then that was it. She just left him. So then I thought, so at first you think, oh, Chloe's like really loves him and she's really being there for him, like husband and wife. And then boom, you leave him right when he does crack. So I'm not saying that she didn't do anything correct. Like I'm watching and I'm like, damn, Chloe's pretty tight, baby. Like, I'm watching with my wife. Chloe, this, and that. And then she leaves him. And then at the end of the documentary, I feel like he's still doing crack. So you end up watching the documentary about somebody that did crack, and then you keep watching, and then at the end of the documentary, he's still doing crack. So I never watched a documentary like that, you know? You would think it's like hopeful or change the way. So I don't know, man. Okay. Crack, crack. That was the documentary. That's what it should have been called. I'm kidding. But that was it. It was kind of weird. I didn't know if Chloe was trying to shine herself up or was she caring enough? And then Lamar Odom, I don't know what the hell he's doing here. I don't know if he's still friends with Kanye. That's probably a bad idea. It was a good documentary, just I didn't expect it like that. You know, I still feel that he's still doing the shit he's doing, but I don't know. I guess shout out to Lamar Odom. Hopefully you get better, man. That shit's crazy, okay? All that stuff. Then and it was he was like he kept going down, and then they said that he ended up overdosing because he took like 20 sex pills or like those horny pills. I don't know, man, but overdosing on horny pills, that's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. I think it was mixed in with a couple other things, but that's still a little crazy, man. And I think I've exaggerated. I think he only took like 10 or 12, but that was like what sent him into shock. So I don't know, man. Scary. Go watch it. Weird documentary. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. You know, I didn't want to talk about this Tiger Woods shit. I really didn't want to talk about this Tiger Woods stuff, but I hope it's the end of it. I don't really want to hear any more news. I'm not his biggest fan, to be honest with you. My final thoughts on this Tiger Woods shit is we talked about it last time. He flipped, looked at his phone, boom, we get that. But then more videos came out where he's like at a distance from the cop, and the cop's like, Mr. Woods, come stand over here. And then he comes back and he goes, yeah, I was just on the phone with the president. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I just, I I think that's corny. I think that whole thing is corny because he ended up leaving the country to get help, like a rehab or something like that. Whether it's the pills that he's addicted to, whether it's the booze, whatever it is, man, if you're addicted to it, then I mean, I don't know. You just have to have more help. You could afford the help. I don't really understand this privacy thing. Nick Faldo came out and pretty much went in on Tiger. You know, long story short, saying, I love Tiger, but this, and that. Like, something needs to happen. I think it's just too much. Like, just because he's Tiger Woods, he gets all these passes. I don't agree. I think I gave up on him, man. I'm not his fan. I'm not excited for him to come back to the Open, the US Open, the PGA or the PGA champ, or any tournament, man. If he has to hang it up, then you got to hang it up. I don't know what he's doing with this Tiger Woods league. I don't know. You know, Rory is like the MJ for me. You know, Rory's like the Tiger Woods for me. I didn't grow up watching Tiger Woods. I got into golf maybe 13, 14 years ago. I barely watched Tiger play anything, but I know all about him, all the videos and stuff. And yeah, Tiger's not my guy. So it turns out I'm on that side. I'm not his fan, man. That shit is trash. Get it out of here. Get your shit together. I'm sorry to say this. We're all human. I get it, but I'm very poor, and if I can get through shit, you can get through shit. Trust me, I know you can get through shit. So I'm not Tiger's fan, man. Okay? Do with it what you will. We all have opinions, except mine are right, yours are wrong. Okay? So that's it. I don't fuck with Tiger. Okay? Maybe he needs to stop. Stop it. Stop the whole thing. Get sent out of here. No idea. But that is it. That's it for this week, man. For sports, Isaiah Rashad dropped a new song. As far as music that I'm interested in, I'm excited. His album drops May 1st. I can't wait. It's been a very long time since TDE's very own Isaiah Rashad has dropped something new. So super excited for that. But for this week's watch, which was last week's watch, I finally finished the Peaky Blinders. What a fantastic show. I'm extremely late. Okay. 2013 maybe? Nah, it couldn't have been that long. Anyways, Peaky Blinders came out a long, long time ago. Uh, Lots of years ago. And I always saw it on Netflix. It said Peaky Blinders. I'm like, oh, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. But I absolutely loved it. What a fantastic show. Cillian Murphy, Paul Anderson, Tom Hardy plays a whack job. I thought that Tom Hardy's voice when he was Bane, I thought that was just a Bane thing. But it turns out it's him. That's just the way he talks. So I felt the whole time Tom Hardy was like, or Bane was in Peaky Blinders. So that was pretty cool. But he plays a psychotic guy, like a gangster, and like kind of grimy. But then he's always loyal to Killian, who plays the leader of the Peaky Blinder. Fantastic show. I'm sure you've already watched it, all everybody. The biggest takeaway that I have from the Peaky Blinders, and I didn't expect it, because I kept thinking, is this show based on the worst criminal in the world? Because Killian Murphy, that plays Tommy Shelby, was just getting pinched over and over and over and over. He has like these great plans and everything, and then it just never work. He fucks up somehow. But then a character comes out, played by, I think his name is Aiden, and I've seen him in so many other things, but he plays a another whack job. Yeah, Aiden Gillen or Gillen, I have no idea. But in the show, he plays a character named Aberama Gold. And man, I love that character. He comes out with like some hair, like, right here. The first episode that comes out, he just grabs somebody, stabs him right here. The way he talks, he was my favorite. And then when he died, the same way that he entered the show, I was pissed. I literally got a gut feeling in my stomach, man. That's how, like, when I watch something, man, I really like that shit. And I really loved Abraham Gold. I got super sad. I ended up texting my buddy what happened, and he got mad at me because he was like one episode behind, so I ruined it for him. Abraham Gold, man, that was the takeaway for me in the show Peaky Blinders. Absolutely loved it. If you haven't watched it, go watch that shit. Super tight. Um, but yeah, me and my wife, we finally finished it. It took us about a month and a half. We were locked in. It came out a while ago, but that's over. And then that led me into watching Immortal Man, which is a Peaky Blinders movie. Yeah, it's called Peaky Blinders: The Immortal Man. Um, at the very end, you can kind of tell who's gonna play his son. I ended up kind of obviously guessing it. Kind of looked like him on the show Peaky Blinders, and then I saw the poster for the Immortal Man, and his son is played by Kerry Cogan. Is it Keoghan? Cogan? I have no idea. But that he plays the son of Killian Murphy, which is Tommy Shelby in the movie, and it's pretty much kind of like what Breaking Bad did with Jesse Pinkman on the movie El Camino. It just kind of it's not a spin-off, it just ends the show. It just completely ends it. So I love that. I was looking forward to that, and that's pretty much what the Immortal Man was doing. Tommy Shelby, he's out of the life, he's sober, he lost everything, lost his wife, lost his kids. Now he just has his oldest running the show still, and then Tommy has to go in one last time and do some final stuff. I enjoyed the movie. Go check it out. It's still on Netflix, I imagine. It only came out like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But yeah, super cool. I'm glad that it ends it. It's like Peaky Blinders done. A great movie. Barry and Killian played good stuff. But yeah, super cool. Also, it was Stephen Graham who plays a character called Hayden Stagg. That was really cool. But yeah, it just finishes off everything on Peaky Blinders, man. His homies Johnny Dogs, Curly, Charlie. What a really good show. And yeah, yeah, yeah. I really loved it. The movie was perfect. It was perfect. It wasn't like so it didn't make you watch it and then think, oh, there's another season and one of those things. No, 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 no. It's fine. Do they make another one? Maybe they make another one. That'd be pretty cool. Would I watch it? Absolutely, I would watch it. I'm a big fan of the Peakies, big fan of the Immortal Man, but I hope not. I hope not. All the characters were good. All the acting was fantastic. Again, I feel like the show was just like sometimes Tommy was killing me, man. I feel like he was just like the worst gangster of all time, but he still had some cool takeaways in there. But that was it. Go watch The Immortal Man, a Peaky Blinders movie on Netflix. I enjoyed it. That is the end of Peaky Blinders. Now, next week, probably we start something new, or we go back to the schedule that we've been doing and watching a movie, giving the review, and go from there. But that was it, man. And I got some news for next week. But this week, Masters, Tiger Woods, Peaky Blinders, Lamar Odom still doing crank. Maybe he gets better. Maybe he doesn't. Man, hey, he's richer than me. He's richer than me, I imagine. So that was it, man. That was it. What a week. So next week's going to be episode 12. So that was it, man. Super cool. But yeah, probably have more sports, more movies, more reviews, maybe some crazy stuff. But that was it, guys. See you guys in a little bit.